"32 Facts About Judy Garland, Film Icon and Actress Extraordinaire." There's no actress more legendary than Judy Garland. I dare you to find a single American who doesn't know at least a few lines of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, because Judy Garland brought us all to tears when she sang it in The Wizard of Oz. Unfortunately, the legendary actress led a tortured life of drug addiction, verbal and sexual harassment, and mistreatment, but she rose above it all and gave us some of the best performances in film history. Today, we honor a legend of stage and screen with 32 facts about Judy Garland. Number 1. Her birth name was Frances Ethel Gumm. Not exactly the most fitting name for a Hollywood starlet, so it makes sense that she changed it. Number 2. Her parents were vaudevillian actors. It's easy to see where Garland got her talent for performing. Number 3. Her parents also owned a vaudeville movie theater. It would have been an easy place for young Judy to fall in love with theater and movies. Number 4. Her first performance was at the age of 2. Judy performed along with 2 of her sisters at her parents' theater. They sang Jingle Bells to an adoring audience. Number 5. She performed with her sisters regularly. Garland and her sisters were a sibling band long before the Jackson 5 made it cool. Number 6. Her family was forced to move to Lancaster, California for the most ridiculous of reasons. Nowadays, if a person has reasonable friends and told them he was gay, they'd go, "Cool, what are we having for dinner?" But back in the early 20th century, if a guy was even just suspected of being into other guys, they sent a SWAT team after him. Unfortunately, this is exactly the fate that befell Judy Garland's dad, and the family was forced to relocate due to growing suspicions in the community. Number 7. The family got right back on their feet. As soon as they moved to Lancaster, Judy's family dusted their pants off and immediately purchased and opened another vaudeville theater. Number 8. She was called Baby by her family. With all the wholesome movies Garland starred in and the cute image she garnered throughout her career, Baby seems like a fitting nickname for the starlet. Number 9. She started her on-camera career at the age of 7. Long before she stole everybody's hearts as Dorothy, she began acting alongside her sisters in short films. Number 10. She was casted as Dorothy when she was just 14. MGM Studios loved Garland from her first audition and cast her in the most iconic role at an age where most kids would be starting high school.
Follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road.
Number 11. MGM Studios did not treat her well. The CEO of MGM called Garland a fat little pig with pigtails when she was just a teenager. Obviously, this didn't help with the young girl's self-esteem and would ultimately lead to body image issues in the future. Number 12. She became addicted to pills because of MGM. MGM executives encouraged her to take diet pills to control her weight and sleeping pills so she could sleep after working such long days in the studio. Nowadays, it would be illegal to make a kid work as many hours as Garland was forced to. She was already addicted to pills by the time Wizard of Oz was wrapped when Garland was just 17. Number 13. She was sexually harassed on the set of Wizard of Oz. In an interview quote, Garland described Munchkin actors taking peeks under her dress. She talked about it in a playful manner because she was too young to understand what the Munchkin men were doing was a serious violation. Number 14. She won her first Oscar at the age of 17. Granted, the achievement was kind of diminished by the fact that back then, they called any Oscar awarded to a kid a juvenile Oscar. For a performance as good as hers in The Wizard of Oz, she did not need the qualifier.
Judy, I hope you win many more.
Number 15. She appeared in over 24 MGM films. Garland made bank for the studio despite his poor treatment of her. She became a huge moneymaker for the studio. Number 16. The writers on Gilligan's Island were fans. Garland's portrayal of Dorothy served as an inspiration for the character of Mary Ann on the classic sitcom. It's hard to ignore the similarities between the two characters. Number 17. She was released from her contract with MGM after 15 years working with them. Finally, she was able to work with studios who respected her more than they would a Barbie doll with killer pipes. Unfortunately, her drug problems caused by MGM stayed with her for the rest of her life. Number 18. Odd coincidence in dialogue. Judy Garland says the line, "Why didn't you tell me I was in love with you?" in 2 movies, For Me and My Gal and Easter Parade. Is this just a bizarre coincidence, or does it hint at a Judy Garland cinematic universe? Number 19. She was supposed to star in the movie version of Annie Get Your Gun. Unfortunately, she was replaced by Betty Hutton, but there is still surviving footage of Garland as Annie Oakley.
Uncle Cheddar's never read an almanac on drinking.
Number 20. she became a gay icon. Garland's career was really kicking up steam in the 50s and 60s, and during that time, she became known as an icon for the gay community. The people of the community identified with her work, and it's easy to see the metaphor of going over the rainbow speaking to LGBTQ+ people. Number 21. She had an incredible memory. According to co-workers, Garland was able to sit through a movie once and have all the dialogue memorized by the end. Number 22. She starred in the original A Star Is Born. Long before Bradley Cooper played the role of the gratuitously shirtless Jackson Maine in 2018's A Star Is Born, Judy Garland starred alongside James Mason in the original 1954 version of the movie. Number 23. She was famous for her concerts. Garland would host live solo concerts as she got older, going back to her roots as a live performer at her parents' vaudeville theater. Number 24. She won a Grammy. In 1961, Garland won a Grammy for her live recording at Carnegie Hall entitled Judy. She was the first woman to ever receive this award. Number 25. Two of Garland's most critically acclaimed performances came long after Dorothy went over the rainbow. While many think of Garland as a child star, two of her best performances came long after Wizard of Oz. A Star Is Born and Judgment at Nuremberg both were films when the star was well into adulthood. Number 26. She was married in Mandarin. In 1964, Garland married Mark Heron in traditional Buddhist fashion. She was married by a monk, and the entire ceremony was in Mandarin Chinese.
Think of now, tomorrow is waiting in the wings.
Number 27. She was the youngest actor to ever win the Cecil B. DeMille Award. She was just 39 when she won the coveted award. The Cecil B. DeMille Award is awarded to someone who has made outstanding contributions to the world of entertainment. Number 28. She hosted a TV show. The Judy Garland Variety Show ran for one season between 1963 and 1964. Number 29. She died young. Unfortunately, a flame that burns twice as bright only burns half as long. Garland died at the age of 47 from a drug overdose. Number 30. The weather paid tribute to her. The day after Garland died, there was a tornado in Kansas. It was probably just a coincidence, but it's nice to think that sometimes Mother Earth pays a tribute to cinematic legends. Number 31. The Grammys awarded her posthumously. She was given a well-deserved Lifetime Achievement Award after death. Number 32. The AFI appreciated her contributions to film. In 1999, the American Film Institute named her among the 10 greatest female actors from classic cinema.
If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow.